The last decision-making bias that we'll talk about is what we call confirmation bias or confirming evidence. And the way this works is we tend to give too much weight to evidence that supports our opinion or supports our view. Think about it. Do you have an opinion on a specific matter or a specific issue, and you tend to only read people's opinions who agree with you? Maybe there's an issue that's been going around social media, and so you tend to only read those posts that agree with you, right? As opposed to the ones that disagree with you. Some of us do that, right? It's not necessarily healthy because it gives us keeps us narrow-minded and only focuses on one view, but it's something that happens from time to time. If we apply this to decision making, though, it could actually turn out to be very dangerous. Because if we only look at opinions that support our views, then we're going to make distorted decisions, and we may ignore important evidence that we need to know that can help us make more effective decisions. Let's think of a simple practical example. So let's say that one of us needs some input or needs somebody's opinion to help us decide between whether we should be going to college full-time now or whether we should be working full-time for another year or two before going to college. And let's say that we know we really, really, really want to attend college full-time now. We don't want to hear anything to the contrary. We really do want to go to college full-time. But we fool ourselves and we say, let me ask other people's opinion. Let me see what my friends think. Let me see what my family members think. Let me see what my colleagues think. And when you ask your friends and family and your colleagues, you only ask people who you know are going to tell you that you should be going to college full-time now. In other words, you only approach those people who you know are going to support what you want to do. I would argue that that's not really a fair and balanced assessment, right? Because you're gaming the system already on purpose. You're only going to those people who are going to tell you what you want to hear. Now, in leadership and management, this could be really dangerous for an organization. I've lived through a couple of examples of this myself, where sometimes a leader needs to be disagreed with. Sometimes a leader needs to hear that what he or she is thinking may not be correct or may not be the right way. So if the leader only asks people their opinion, if he or she knows that those people are going to agree, then they're limiting their focus and they're setting themselves up to make potentially very, very bad decisions. There's a simple way to protect yourself from this confirmation bias trap, and it's forcing yourself to seek contrarian opinions, right? Opinions that disagree with your own from anybody who might disagree with you. For example, there were some decisions that I was looking to make as a manager at a bank where I worked for many years. And even though I thought that maybe I wanted to do one thing, I said to myself, I better ask some people who I think are going to poke holes in that argument, people who are going to give me a different opinion. It may not be comfortable for me, but I do need to hear that contrary opinion. Another example, if my team and I were in a position where we needed to make a difficult decision, sometimes before I made the decision myself, I would ask different members of my team who thought very differently from one another to go into a room, spend an hour or two, debate the issue, and then come out and give me their perspective. By forcing that debate, it helped me open up my eyes a bit so that I was not just going to the employees who I know would agree with me. So confirmation bias can be a real danger. The way to be on guard is to seek opinions from people who might disagree with you, even if it hurts.